Number 141 is a Nuffield 1060 made in 1964. Again, this tractor was planned to be driven all the way from County Kilkenny to the show, and it's owned by Brendan Point from Kilkenny in Ireland. Number 143, again, came on that road run, and this is a Fortin E27N made in 1951, and the tractor is owned by Pat Kelly from Gorey, County Wexford in Ireland. It's powered by a Perkins P6 diesel engine, a very nicely restored Gear 2. Thank you, well done. That's a great effort, that is. And number 4, this is another one that took part on that road run. This is a Fortin E1A Major, and built in 1952, number 144, owned by Bob Lanigan from County Kilkenny. Well done to you, lads, that's some massive effort to drive all this way. Right. We're now starting with a special display of Nuffield and Leyland Nuffield and Leyland tractors. This display has been put on by the Nuffield and Leyland 2, which is a Nuffield DM4 made in 1951. It was purchased in original condition 2 years ago, and the tractor got used for demonstration for photographs in the brochure, and it's been demonstrated in the original condition. It's powered by a 3-cylinder diesel engine owned by Raymond Pyle from Newton Poppleford in Devon, painted in poppy orange colour. All these tractors were turned out in. Number 153, this is a Nuffield Universal 3. The Universal 3 came in 1957. It's powered by a 3-cylinder BMC diesel engine. It was owned by the present owner's late father and has been stripped down and completely rebuilt. This particular model was not a particular big seller of the Nuffield range. It's owned by Nick Jakeman from Exeter in Devon. And very nice use. Maximum speed 20 miles an hour, I see on that. Very good. Right, number 154. This is a Nuffield 3DL, Nuffield 3DL, made in 1960. This tractor has spent all its working life on the same farm, so it never moved from where it was originally sold, and it's subsequently been restored by the present owner. Again, powered by the Nuffield diesel, the BMC diesel engine, owned by Richard Warren from Exeter in Devon. Quite a bit smaller in size, this one. Number 155, this is a Nuffield 465 BMC 4-cylinder diesel engine. They made them between 1967 and 69, and it's 65 horsepower. It was purchased in a very sorry state as a non-runner. It has undergone a complete strip down and rebuild to its former glory. But I say, very stylish tin work on this range of tractors. But I understand when they first came out, they were very problematic, and they had quite a bit of sorting out to get them right. The tractor was owned by George Pearce from Newton Poppleford in Devon. Number 160, this is a Nuffield 10105. Formerly a Nuffield 1060, is now fitted with a 6-cylinder BMC 5.1 diesel engine. It's owned by George Bedwell from Andover in Hampshire. I guess the original engine must have failed, and it's been changed, uprated to a larger engine, plus giving it a lot more horsepower anyway, but very, very nicely fitted in. 161, which is a Nuffield Universal 3. The tractor spent its last year's working as a yard scraper on a Wiltshire farm. It got purchased for restoration, and it still gets used now for light farm duty. The engine fitted in this tractor, it's a 3-cylinder engine, but it started life as a 4-cylinder. They redesigned the engine to make it a 3. I think they didn't sell too many of this particular model, but Yeah, a nice interesting one. I think we must have most of the Nuffield models represented in this display. Number 163, this is the BMC Mini. Tractor made in 1966. It was purchased in 1999 and fully reconditioned. It now gets used for light work and rallies. It's powered by a BMC 950 engine. It's got 9 forward and 3 reverse gears, and they called it the Mini because of the Mini car, of course, which was popular, but it's go out of fashion then, and so they didn't sell an awful lot. But it's a very, very well designed tractor. I understand Ferguson had something to do with the design of this tractor, and it is, as I say, it's a very, very good design. Many of them got used for on small farms, and they often got used by councils for grass mowing, which was a job they were ideally useful. You notice as it goes by, the earth scoop on the back of this tractor. It's made by a company called Patterson, and it's quite a rare bit of kit. Anyway, yeah, the earth scoop cost £15 when it was new. Right, we go on to number 164. This is a M4. We saw the DM4. The M4 is the petrol TVO version. It's the first guide of the Nuffield tractor when they came out, made in 1951. The tractor's still in its original condition, and it still gets used for ploughing and tilling work. I noticed when I looked at it, it had some repairs done to the manifold on the tractor, which must have been nicely done, as these things have to be done to keep the tractors going. But the tractor's owned by Francis Mudge from Tavistock in Devon. You notice the rear wheels on the Nuffield could be adjusted in and out. You can see as they go round, the axles protruding on the end enables the wheels to be moved in and out to adjust the track. Right, now we go on to number 165. Again, this is another example of the BMC Mini. This is the tractor was bought at an auction in Welland. It was believed it was only used on the market garden. The tractor has been fully refurbished. It's only given a demonstration of that the coilover is working nicely. It's powered by a 950 engine, 4-cylinder engine. They did go on to be superseded by the Leyland, the 1966 1060. Again, this one is fitted with a 6-cylinder BMC diesel engine, owned by Alan Pascoe from Redruth in Cornwall. I assume the tractor, the chassis must have been lengthened a little bit to get the 6-cylinder engine. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, lovely. Thank you. Right, number 167. This is a 342, made in 1964. Work's been done to this tractor, and it's had an industrial engine fitted to it. They built this model at Cowley because they built the Nuffield tractors in several locations, but this one was at the Royal Show in December 1961. It's owned by Andrew Pascoe from Camborne in Cornwall. Number 168. This is a 1965 1042, powered by a 3-cylinder Nuffield, it's a 3-cylinder BMC engine. The tractor was purchased by the present owner in 2008 from Rington in Somerset. It's got a 10 forward gears on it, making it a very versatile tractor. So many of these tractors must still be hard at work on farms today, and another nicely turned out example. Number 169, this is a 1966 BMC Mini. This one's again undergone a full refurbishment, owned by Clive Osborne from Cheltenham in Gloucestershire. Yeah, the engine that powered the BMC Mini was a 4-cylinder 950 engine. It's so well equipped, this tractor. I was having a good look round them earlier, and they are very well equipped for the size of the tractor, even for it's got all its lights and everything. But it's a nice original tractor. Right, number 171.
They never got lights. They never got lights back away there.
Number 171. This is a 1968 Nuffield 345. It's 45 horsepower, again 45 horsepower diesel engine. The tractor was purchased from Cheshire in 2005 in its present condition. And it's owned by John Snell from Gainsborough in Lincolnshire. Look at days with it, say, there's very stylish tin work on there, and the built-in lights. Very, very nice tractor. Number 173. This is an M4, 1948. It's been one of the earliest of the Nuffield range. And they painted in the poppy orange colour. The tractor was purchased 25 years ago, and it's still in its original condition. It spent most of its working life in Bromyard in Herefordshire. I mentioned earlier about the got cut off. So often you see them cut off, because I should imagine when the tractor was parked in its shed, it was so easy to walk into the axle sticking out and knocking your knee on it. But anyway, it's nice to see them with the axle still on there. There's a adjustable track on the front wheel as well. Anyway, it's owned by Dennis Kerr from Putson in Herefordshire. Number 174. This is a 1968 Nuffield 465. This was supplied to Bamford of Uttoxeter for demonstration. And it's owned by Roger Ball from Holsworthy in Devon. I understood talking to one of the owners that they did have quite a lot of problems when they first started these tractors, but this one obviously running very nicely. Right, 176. This is a 1954 M4. This is a petrol TVO engine, purchased by the present owner's father for gravel clearing. Loader fitted to the tractor, looks like a mill loader, but yeah, it is, the owner's nodding. Yeah, mill loader, and this bucket on the front, the type of implement fitted for clearing up in the stable yard, etc. So say the tractor's owned by Andrew Rutherford from Ventnor in the Isle of Wight. It's been coming over. Number 178. This is a 1967 1060. The tractor was purchased at the Welland auction sale in 2000. Now fitted with a Mark 6 Lambourne cab, which must be very nice. Owned by David Morgan from Yape in South Gloucestershire, and very, very beautifully restored, all-round tractor. Yeah. Right. Number 179. This is a 1968 345, powered by, again, a 3-cylinder engine. They built them at Bathgate in Scotland. Again, I was talking to the owner, saying that they were quite troublesome when they first come out, but a very stylish. This was one of the last to be built under the Nuffield name, this tractor, and it's had undergone a complete restoration. It's been completely rebuilt. It's owned by Mike Sonley from North Yates in South Gloucestershire. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, does sound nice. Right, number 180. 180, this is a 1949 M4, the TVO version, purchased from Farm Industries in Penryn in Cornwall, owned by Douglas Trewern from Cornwall. This tractor spent all its working life on the same farm. It got restored in 1995 by a team of guys. I saw their names on the in their parking area. But it's very nicely turned out. You can always see the TVO and the petrol ones, because you can see the fuel filters where the fuel taps are just below the exhaust manifold on the side of the tractor. The next one. Right. I can't read the number. Sorry, there's no number on it. I can see it's a 1060. Is this the one that was right, now I understand. Yes. This one is a sort of a late entry, so it's got a special engine fitted, made in 1954. Tractor now gets used mainly for ploughing matches and rallies. 1954 was the first year that BMC engines were fitted to them. Prior to that, the diesel tractors were fitted with a Parkins engine. But this tractor now gets mainly used for ploughing matches, etc., owned by David Hill from Desborough in Northampton. 1952, that was the year they were taken over by BMC, and then they've been attending for a long time. "24 years, is it that long?" Thank you. Right, number 183. This is a Nuffield Universal 4. Restored by the present owner and his father, and owned by Dan Cleaver from Whitby and Oxon. Notice that later models of the Nuffield didn't have the axle protruding outside the wheels like on the M4s and the DM4s, which must be much more convenient. Right, number 186. This is a Nuffield 460. Purchased from a scrapheap in 2009, a scrapyard in 2009, minus his engine. And components used from a JCB 3C were used to help with the restoration. It's presented with a Russell seed drill on the back, owned by Edward Faithful from Templeton in Somerset. I was looking at the seed drill earlier on. That's a very interesting implement, that. Right, and the last tractor coming round, we saw the BMC Mini earlier. This is the Leyland version that superseded it, and again I was going to be given the owner's name and details, but it didn't get through to me before the parade started. So tomorrow I'll make sure I've got the full details. But this is the tractor that followed on from the BMC Mini, badged under the Leyland mark, and it's very similar, but just the livery is quite different. But anyway, I'll have the full details of it tomorrow if you'd like to give them to me. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention, and I hope you've enjoyed the parade of tractors, the special Nuffield display.